The distress beacon pulsed weakly across the void, a dying heartbeat in the cosmic darkness. Adam Chen, salvage operator of the independent vessel Frontier's Edge, had seen 1,000 such signals in his 15 years working the Outer Rim. Most led to empty hulks, stripped clean by pirates or time. But something about this one made him alter course. Stupid human intuition, he muttered, knowing the fuel costs would eat into this month's profits. The derelict fighter hung against the gas giant's amber glow like a broken toy. Canis Confederation markings, Wolf Warriors, the galaxy's most feared mercenaries. Adam's hands hesitated over the docking controls. The Canis didn't take kindly to outsiders, especially humans. Their warrior culture viewed his species as soft, barely evolved primates playing at civilization. But the beacon was a universal distress call. And humans, for all their perceived weaknesses, had one trait the galaxy consistently underestimated. They helped. The airlock hissed open, revealing carnage. Scorch marks painted the corridor in chaotic patterns. Adam's helmet lamp swept across the scene until it found her. A Canis warrior slumped against the bulkhead, gray fur matted with blue-black blood. Her armor, ceremonial and battle-worn, was breached in 3 places. One amber eye cracked open as he approached. "Human," she growled, the word thick with contempt and pain. "Leave me. Warriors die. With honor." "Yeah, well, I'm not really the leaving people to die type," Adam replied, already unsealing his emergency medical kit. "Name's Adam. Yours?" "Cora. First Fang of the Northern Packs," each word cost her. "You waste your time. Wounds are fatal." Adam ignored her, scanning the injuries. She was right. Any other species would have died an hour ago. The Canis were hardy, but even their legendary constitution had limits. Pulse rifle burns, deep lacerations, and what looked like internal bleeding. His basic medkit was laughable against such trauma. "Can you move?" he asked. "Did you not hear it? Can you move?" He repeated, firmer this time. Cora's eye narrowed, something like curiosity flickering there. "Perhaps. But why?" "Because my ship has a cryopod. It'll keep you stable while I get you to a medical station." He was already calculating distances. Nexus Station was 4 days away at maximum burn. His fuel reserves would be dangerously low, but humans didn't do half measures when lives were at stake. "Humans are fools," Cora said, but she let him help her up. The journey to his ship was agonizing. Each step left a trail of blue-black blood. Each breath rattled in Cora's chest like loose machinery. Adam supported her weight. She stood nearly 7 feet tall, all corded muscle beneath fur and armor, and tried not to think about how many regulations he was breaking. Getting her into the cryopod took the last of her strength. As the frost began to form across the transparent surface, Cora's amber eyes locked onto his. "Why?" she whispered. "Because it's what we do," Adam said simply and initiated the sequence. The Galactic Council's emergency channel erupted with warnings within the hour. Harboring a Canis warrior, violation of Confederation sovereignty, interference in cultural death rights. The charges piled up like asteroids, each one carrying years of prison time. Adam ignored them all and pushed his engines past their safety limits. At Nexus Station, the reception was hostile. Station security met him at the dock, weapons drawn. Behind them stood a delegation of Canis warriors, their ceremonial armor gleaming. Faces set in snarls. "The human will surrender First Fang Cora immediately," their leader, a scarred male named Torvin, demanded. "She was to die with honor. You have shamed her, shamed us all." "She was dying alone in a wrecked ship," Adam shot back. "Where's the honor in that?" "You understand nothing of our ways, human." Torvin's claws extended. Cora failed her mission. Death was her only redemption. Then let her choose. Adam stood his ground despite every survival instinct screaming at him to run. "When she wakes up, let her decide. If she wants to die, I won't stop her, but she deserves the choice." The standoff lasted 3 heartbeats before Torvin's ears flattened, a sign of grudging respect. "Very well. We wait." Cora emerged from medical 2 days later, her wounds sealed by advanced nanosurgery, though scars would remain. She walked into the station's common area to find it packed, humans, Canis, and dozens of other species all waiting. News of the incident had spread across the galaxy's networks like wildfire. Torvin stepped forward. "First Fang Cora, you failed your mission. By our laws, your life was forfeit. This human interfered with your honorable death. What say you?" The chamber fell silent. Cora's amber eyes swept the crowd, lingering on Adam. He stood near the back, looking uncomfortable with the attention, hands shoved in his jacket pockets, so utterly, completely human. "I say," Cora began, her voice carrying across the chamber, "that I have learned something the Canis have long refused to acknowledge. We believed humans weak because they choose compassion over strength, cooperation over dominance. We called them soft because they help even their enemies." She turned to face Torvin directly. "We were wrong." Murmurs rippled through the crowd. "It takes no courage to die, Torvin. Any fool can give up when wounded, but to live, to continue fighting despite failure, to risk everything for a stranger who despises you." Cora's gaze returned to Adam. "That is true warrior spirit, and I will not dishonor the gift this human has given me." She dropped to one knee, fist over heart, the Canis gesture of ultimate respect. "Adam Chen, I owe you a life debt. By the old laws of my people, I pledge my claws to your service until this debt is repaid." The chamber erupted. Canis warriors howled in shock and approval. Human observers cheered. Torvin looked as if he'd swallowed something sour, but he bowed his head in acknowledgement. Adam, for his part, looked completely overwhelmed. I just gave you a ride. You don't owe me." "Silence, human," Cora said, but her tone was warm. "You saved my life. Accept the debt with grace." In the weeks that followed, the story spread across every inhabited system. A human salvage operator who risked everything for a dying enemy, a warrior who chose life over death. It became a symbol, a turning point in how humanity was perceived. The Canis Confederation formally apologized to Adam and withdrew their charges. More importantly, they opened diplomatic channels with Earth for the first time in generations. Other species followed. Humans, it seemed, possessed something the galaxy desperately needed: the stubborn, irrational, beautiful belief that every life mattered. Cora kept her oath, serving aboard the Frontier's Edge as Adam's partner. They became legends in their own right, the human and the wolf, proving that the galaxy's greatest strength wasn't technology or military might. It was compassion. And that, more than any weapon, shocked the entire galaxy to its core.